Alright, if that's it for this video, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications, and bye guys, have a great time.
What is up, guys? Guess what? Where we're going now. Yeah! Monas Tower. This place rocks. Like in nighttime, Indonesia is not cold. It's very, the weather is normal, and it's not cold and everything. As you can see, we're in the city. You see there's an MNC building there, because there's the logo a bit there. But let's focus on the Monas Tower, because the Monas is close to here. And yeah, looks pretty awesome. Now, I really want to say this to you guys. I've never been, I already been to Monas. The last time I went here was like, last time I go inside the Monas building was like 6 years ago. Like it was like back in 2020 when I was like 11 years old. Wait, no, when I was like 10 years old, because before my birthday. Thank God I'm back in here again, you know. Like, yeah, there's like a lot of military trucks in front of Monas. Cool military dudes, and Isuzu Elf. And yeah, this place looks awesome, you know. Like, I got to go back to my childhood place again after all these years, and it's awesome. Let's go. Alright. So, what? Alright, we're at this Monas Tower, you know, and it's literally very awesome. We're gonna enter inside and see what's going on. Yeah. Alright, we're here. I'm gonna tell you the history of Indonesia. Now watch this. Alright, so ancient history, Indonesian society. From the year 3000 before Christ until 2000 before Christ. The Indonesian forefathers, Paleo-Mongoloid, in the Neolithic age, had already a short, ordered history. Its cultural remains flakes, pebbles, and bones, stones, pillars, and tables. Sarcophaga, stone coffins, little houses of worship, and even statues are scattered over the whole of Indonesia. But most important things are found at the Pasaman Plain, South Sumatra, Besuki, East Java, Limaniuk Valley, and Cabinet Sulawesi. And here it is. Next up, Port of Sriwijaya. In South Sumatra, it was very flavored, located for the kingdom of Sriwijaya, as it used to be the crossroad of three prominent trade routes among Indonesia, China, India, and brought many rainfalls to the Syailendra dynasty. Many ships from foreign countries visit the harbor, so that finally it became the center of trade and culture. Borobudur Temple, year 824. Located in central Java, Borobudur Temple was founded by King Samaratungga of the Syailendra dynasty, and is a reflection of the universe, which was built by means of contributions from the Buddhist population and mutuation cooperation of the people. The wall of the galleries of square terraces are adorned in the bas relief with scenes from the life of Buddha. Borobudur is regarded to be one of the wonders of the world. Waringin Saptadam, 11th century. What? Waringin Saptadam, 11th century. After King Erlanga obtained his rightful domain, he endeavored to promote the prosperity and welfare of his people. The river Brantas, which frequently overflowed its banks, caused much damage to large areas of the people's rice fields. Was the Damanope by rearing dike in order to control the flood and provide irrigation of the people's welfare. To guard the dike against harm and damage, he ordered people to maintain it, and as a compensation, he decreed from free taxes. Shawi Temple, blend of Sivanism and Buddhism. In 1292, built under the rule of Kartanagara, the last king of the Hindu Indonesian kingdom, Singasari, near Pakandan, East Java. It is a blend of Sivaism and Buddhism, as it features a Buddha Aksobhya statue in its upper part and Asiva Madeva statue at its lower part. The Pledge of Palapa, 1331. Gajah Mada, the famous vicegerent of Majapahit Kingdom, pledged not to eat palapa, rice with side dishes, before Nusantara and the Indonesian archipelago has been united. Under the reign of Majapahit, the pledge preceded the deal of Indonesia's unity, which was then fought by the independence pioneers since 1908. The fleet of Majapahit, 14th century. After the exit of the prominent figure Gajah Mada, disturbances arose under the reign of King Hayam Wuruk. The new sovereign strove to enforce the people's prosperity, and defense of all territory were given high priority. The fleet was strengthened in order to safeguard Nusantara's unity and resist attempts to create disorders by the Chinese fleet, among others. The Chinese envoy to Majapahit, 1405. Under the reign of King Wirakrama Warhanda, family relations with the neighboring states were maintained in good order. This was confirmed with the coming of Cheng Ho, the Chinese emperor's declaration visiting Majapahit as a recognition of the kingdom's sovereignty by China. Role of Muslim boarding schools in the Uniting Nation, 14th century. The Pesantren, Muslim boarding schools, and Muslim religious leaders represent an important element of propagation of Islam and spread education. Most of the Pesantren students came through Indonesia. After graduation, they returned to their homelands or homesteads or villages, where they become prominent religious figures and establish their own Pesantrens. The Battle of Sunda Kelapa, June 22, 1527. In 1522, King Pajaran signed an agreement with Hendrik Lem, which gave the Portuguese the right to build a fortress at Sunda Kelapa. To prevent Portuguese influence, Sultan Trengganu of Demak sent Fathahillah to West Java with an army, and in 1527 Fathahillah succeeded in occupying the harbor of Sunda Kelapa. The siege of Sunda Kelapa began when the Portuguese tried to embark with force to build a fortress. Fathahillah defeated the Portuguese fleet on June 22, 1527, and the name of Sunda Kelapa was changed to Jayakarta, which means the city of victory. The Buginese mercantile fleet, 15th century. The voyages of the Makassaris and the Buginese in the 15th century and before reached almost all the outskirts of the Indonesian archipelago and beyond. Moreover, since 15th century, the Buginese from South Sulawesi were reowned, and undaunted seafaring people have been trading in spices with other people jar beyond the boundaries of Nusantara. The Makassar War, 1654 until 1668. Sultan Hasanuddin of Makassar, adopting a policy of free trade with all nations, opens his port for foreign traders who desired to trade with Makassar, observing growth and the development of Sultan's policy. The Dutch East Indies Company VOC, with their system of monopoly, decided to oppose this, and a popular uprising broke out. Patimura Uprising, 1817. Led by Patimura and Christina Martha Tidahu, the people of Balkans revolted against the Dutch government and succeeded in capturing the Dutch fortress. Their stayed on Sapura Island. The Dutch, Sapara Island. Oh, wanna join? The Dutch, based on the London Convention 1814, reclaimed their sovereignty in Indonesia and re-established their policy of monopoly in reinforcing their method of exploitation. The Diponegoro War, 1825 until 1830. The 5-year war in Central Java was most prominent in the series of popular uprisings against the Dutch, and Prince Ponegoro held the initiative upper hand until 1828. About 15,000 Dutch soldiers lost their lives in this war, and it also cost a lot of money. The Dutch applied the fortress system to decrease Prince Diponegoro operation areas and drive him southward. But without the success, pretending that they were willing to negotiate, the Dutch lured the prince into captivity on March 28, 1830. Umambonjol War, 1821 till 1837. In West Sumatra, people was led by Tuanku Imam Bonjol in guerrilla and trench warfare against the Dutch, who were expanding their occupation. The Dutch was able to seize the last resistance. Strong Bonjol only, with large military force. In 1837, Tuanku Imam Bonjol was captured when both opponents held negotiation, and finally he was exiled to Minahasa, Sulawesi, where he died in 1864. Let me see. The Banjar War, 1859 till 1905. Prince Antasari opposed the Dutch intervention in the internal affairs of the Sultanate of Banjar and the people of Banjar. South Kalimantan took arms in 1859 against the Dutch under his command. His brother, Prince Suropati, led successful attack on Dutch ship on Rust. After Antasari's death, his son, Sultan Saman, continued the war until 1905. The Aceh War, 1873 until 1804. The Aceh War broke out as a result of mounting conflicts when the Dutch demanded the decrease of Aceh's relations with foreign countries, but it was rejected by the Acehnese. The Dutch sent in troops under the command of General Major Colher, but eventually the army commander was killed in a battle near the Grand Mosque, Batitu Harman. Alright. See you later. Alright. We did it. We did it. We are back. My child.
Yang sudah memiliki tiket antrian untuk pepelataran Puncak Monas, dimohon untuk segera menuju ke antrian lift.
Yep. I cannot go up there, but I'm still enjoying here.
Kepada para pengunjung
One join, please.
yang sudah